Welcome to the Landmark Sports Show, episode 16 of season 2. Ant and John broadcasting live to you from Landmark High School on a rainy Friday, January day here in New York City. Ant, it's been a little while, but we're back.
We're back. We made 1 year last week.
That's right, 1 year anniversary of the show.
Yup. We were going to film last week, but we had problems last week.
Yeah, scheduling issue. Crazy week here in New York City if you weren't around. We had no heat in the school on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We had like sub-zero temperatures on Friday. We had a snow day Thursday. Crazy week.
Yeah.
If you're watching this from somewhere warm, then be glad that you live there.
Yeah. But we're back. We got a great show today.
That's right. End of the semester's rolling out. Ant's got it a 90 average. Coming on strong.
Yup.
So we're rolling. We're feeling good about filming today. It's been too long, but we're feeling good about this episode.
That's right. All right, let's get started.
Let's do it. Some MMA recap 2017.
So I will say this year was not the best year for MMA.
Really?
2017 was not the best year. Many ups and downs.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly downs.
What are the biggest downs, would you say?
I mean, you look at the biggest downs, like UFC booking joke cards, fights that made 0 cents, champions who weren't defending their belts,
Mm.
and
A couple vacated belts this year, right?
Yep. And it was a mess. The up part was that we got good new rising stars who became champions.
Mm-hmm.
We have a champion who got his belt back.
St. Pierre.
St. Pierre in the name of T.J. Dillashaw.
One of your favorites.
Yep. So those are the up parts. Max Holloway defeating Jose Aldo twice.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Holloway had a great year, huh?
he did.
Was he undefeated for the year?
Yeah. He won Fighter of the Year award.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. It was a run-up between him and Robert Whittaker.
You know who's going to win it this year?
No, this year just started. UFC hasn't even had a...
No, I'm about to
card
make a
yet.
prediction.
All right, make a prediction.
Jimmy Altera Rivera.
Ah.
He's going to be, by the end of this year, he's going to be the champ, and he's going to win Fighter of the Year.
Ah. All right, folks. Jimmy, don't disappoint him.
I believe in you.
You got this. Win that title.
And would you say that in 2017 that Bellator sort of closed the gap on UFC? Like, are they kind of close? You said some of the UFC fights weren't that great.
Yeah.
Would you say Bellator's kind of gaining on them a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I would actually.
Yeah.
Bellator's been putting on some good fights.
You think that's a good thing for MMA? Or?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
UFC's been turning into a joke, and Bellator is now starting to get a little serious.
Yeah, it's good to have a little competition, right?
Of course.
Motivate UFC a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So that's a recap for MMA 2017. Goodbye, thank God. But we are moving on to UFC Fight Night. Folks, this Sunday is UFC Fight Night. Notice how I said Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But since Monday is Martin Luther King Day, they're doing a special Sunday event.
Nice. 3-day weekend.
That's right. It is going to be a featherweight fight, 5 rounds of action, between Jeremy Stevens and Doo Ho Choi.
Who you got in this one?
I'm going to go with Doo Ho Choi.
Yeah?
He's the younger fighter. He has crazy power. Stevens has power too, but I think Stevens is, I think he's getting a little older.
What are the rankings on these guys?
I think Stevens is 9 and Choi is 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a pretty decent fight.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Choi as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about these guys, but if you tell me power, I'm signing up for power. Who's got the better chin?
I mean, it's hard to knock these guys out.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the weight class here?
Featherweight.
But like what's like how much can you weigh?
145.
So
Well,
these
the
are
highest is 146.
Okay, yeah, so these kind of smaller guys.
Yeah, but these guys have great chins.
Mm.
So it's hard to choose who has the better chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of an announcement for us, huh? Breaking news?
Breaking news, folks. UFC 222 has a main event. It is going to be a rescheduled featherweight title fight between Max Blast Holloway and former UFC lightweight champion Frankie the Enter Edgar.
Huge fight.
Huge fight for the featherweight division.
Rankings on these guys?
Holloway's the champion.
Yeah.
Frankie is ranked number 2.
Oh boy, that's a big fight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for that one.
Me too.
UFC 222, that has a pretty good ring to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. March?
Yep. I love the month of March because that's when softball begins.
Oh, yeah. We're winning the championship this year.
Hell yeah.
You better draft me.
I want you, Nick, and Brian Rafferty.
That'd be good. Yeah. Nick's a killer. Nick's a beast.
Yep.
So, no predictions on this one yet, right?
No, that's...
I'm going to wait a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, NFL season recap. Folks, wow. Just wow.
Good season.
Not for my team. My dad hated this season.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd be tough for a Giants fan.
Yeah, it was just a bad season for us. I don't know what happened.
But overall, what do you think? Who's your MVP?
Oh, my God. MVP. You know what? I'm going to go with Drew Brees.
Okay.
I'm going Drew Brees for this because you look at this. Saints started 0-2 this year. They were not expected to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And look what happens. They finished 11-5. They win their division. And they beat the Panthers last week. And they're going to move on to Minnesota this week.
I like that pick. I like that. I know a lot of people are talking. People are just like defaulting to like Brady. Some people say Gurley. My pick is Wentz, but I can understand. You know, he missed the last couple games. I can understand how somebody might not want him. But I really like that Brees pick because, like you said, I think people were kind of thinking that the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era was over, and they're resurgent this year.
Yep.
And I think, you know, if I'm hoping the Eagles are going to win the NFC, but if I had to bet on it, I would bet the Saints coming out of the NFC right now. So that's a good MVP pick.
Thank you.
What about most disappointing team besides the Giants?
Besides the Giants?
Yeah, besides the Giants.
You know, I would have to go with the Broncos.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I'd have to go with the Broncos because,
That's a good one.
thank you again, because you look at this. When Peyton retired, you know, the year after he retired, they did decent. They had 9-7.
Mm-hmm.
But this season, I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, they were awful. They were really bad.
Exactly. They could not get anything going. Who would you say is the most disappointing team?
You know, I'm torn. I got two. The Bucks, because I think that they were a team that people thought was going to take the next step. And
Yeah,
they took a step
that's
back.
what I thought.
Yeah, I think we were talking about them preseason as a team that was going to be good. So the Bucks, but I also want to say the Chiefs too, and because they started off the year so good, they looked like the best team in football, and then you know they finished, they won the division, but then they blow that lead in the first round of the playoffs. Like I think they were expecting more from their team this year.
Yeah. I'm wondering what they're going to do with Alex Smith, actually.
I know because they got that rookie. We'll see. We'll find out.
Spoiler alert, Alex Smith should go to the Jets.
Oh, I like that one too. You're on fire today.
Thank you.
It's a good call.
Just don't call me butter like Peter does.
Well, when you're on a roll.
Yeah.
Peter's the king of teacher jokes.
Yeah.
What about surprise team that did well that you didn't think was going to do well?
Oh my God. I'm gonna say Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Actually, it's a tie for me. It's actually gonna be a tie. I'm gonna say Jacksonville and Minnesota.
Both good ones.
I mean, just wow. Who expected the Jaguars to do good in the regular season?
Nah.
And who in the world expected the Vikings to do good with Case Keenum?
No, nobody.
Case Keenum?
No.
Oh my God.
I mean, the Jaguars, in the beginning of the year, before the season, people put them in the conversations with, like, the Browns and the Jets and, like, you know, the really, really bad teams in the NFL, and they showed a lot of people.
Yeah. What about you? Who was your most surprising team?
I'm going to go Rams, I think. I was impressed by a lot of surprising teams this year. A lot of teams came out of nowhere. Because I could go Rams. The other team, I was thinking, I had another one. Vikings is a good one. You could even say Eagles was a surprising
Oh,
team,
yeah, of
right?
course.
But I think the Rams, like, they were really bad the last couple of years, and they turned things around pretty quickly.
Yep. Hat off.
Hat off, halfway through. That means we're in the halfway through point, folks.
Yep. All right. You want to announce something that happened last week?
Yeah, we got to talk about this. It's been a tough week for me because Ant's been reminding me often that in the wild card round, so we didn't get the broadcast, so we didn't get to make these official on the air, but I can tell you these are definitely Ant's picks. I went 2-2. Not bad, respectable.
Yeah, not bad.
But last week, Ant went 4-0, picking both underdogs. He picked the Titans and what was the other underdog?
The Falcons.
And the Falcons, both of them. And when he picked the Titans, I laughed at him. And he got him right, 4-0, sweep.
You doubt me now.
Very impressive. Very, very, very impressive.
But man, those games, the Falcons versus the Rams and the Chiefs versus the Titans, woo!
Good games.
Good games. And you know what else was a good game? Saints against the Panthers.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, that's game of the week.
Yeah, that was a really good game. And Ant and I were talking. I mean, we were really glad that they were good games because last year the playoffs were awful.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
They were all blowouts except we said there's 2 games, right?
Yeah, those 2 games.
Yeah, Super Bowl and what was the other one?
And Cowboys against the Packers.
Right. So we're excited that they were good games.
Yeah.
I feel good because Ant's got the hot hand right now, and little spoiler alert, he might be picking the Eagles here this weekend. Got the hot hand. He's butter.
Oh, man. You know, actually, there is something else that did surprise me this year.
What's that?
You know, I think another team that really surprised me this year was the Packers. Because, you know, Aaron Rodgers, he got hurt. And, you know, they were starting to do kind of decent without him, but they just blew it.
Yeah, I think this year really exposed how that team is really held up by Rodgers.
And then the Lions, what happened to them?
Yeah.
Lions was just a disappointment this year. And my dad and I, we liked the Lions. You know?
Yeah, you root for them, man.
Yeah, we like Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna get a new coach. I think they already hired a new coach.
Yeah, I think so.
The Chiefs, the chief offensive coordinator. Oh no, Bears hired him.
Oh.
I don't know if the Lions hired anybody yet, but
We'll keep you guys updated. We'll let you guys know next week.
yeah. Well, we'll do the coaching carousel next week. Giants are looking for a coach.
Yeah, we need a good coach. And you know what else we need? I think it's time to get rid of Beckham.
Really?
I think it is time. The guy is acting too much like a knucklehead. He's such a show-off. And I think it's time for the Giants to move on to a generation with, new rookies. You know, I think Eli should still be their starting quarterback. But I think the Giants should really look into, maybe potentially trading Beckham.
It's interesting. You don't hear a lot of people saying that, but I mean, I think that there could be some truth to he's too much of a distraction. You know, he's obviously super talented, but maybe he's just causing problems in the locker room that they'd be better off getting something for him.
Exactly. And I think he should go to a team that desperately needs him. Because look, the Giants, they could get good receivers because they have Shepard. I think Marshall needs to retire.
You know what they should do? They should trade him to the Browns for one of their first-round picks. The Browns have the 1st pick and the 4th pick.
I feel like they should trade for the 4th pick. The Browns desperately need a 1st-round pick as usual.
Yeah, I think that they would take Beckham. So yeah, maybe go for that.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, Alex Smith, please go to the Jets. Please help us. Help us.
I like that fit.
Help us, please. If you help us, you're gonna get us to at least the first round of the playoffs. Just please. All right.
You ready for the divisional round?
Let's do this. All right.
Good games.
Here.
Mostly good games.
Here, go do your first one since your team is playing.
All right. So first one, 4:30 on Saturday. We got the Falcons at the Eagles. Falcons are favored in this game. This is the first time in history that a number 1 seed has been underdogged at home in the divisional round. That's a little tidbit for you. But a lot of people are saying Falcons are going to win this one. I'm not a Nick Foles fan. I'm really concerned about Nick Foles. However, I'm being an optimistic Eagles fan. I think their defense is going to play really, really well. I think they're going to get after Ryan. I think they're going to shut down the run. Julio Jones is always scary, but I feel like the Eagles defense is going to carry them, and I'm predicting the Eagles are going to win a low-scoring game, something like, I don't know, 16-10 or 14-9 or something like that, something real low-scoring. But
Okay.
Eagles win.
So, yeah, I see why the Eagles are the other favorites. Last week they were the underdogs. They beat the Rams. This week they're the favorites against the Eagles, who are pretty much new in the divisional round.
Right.
But, something my dad and I were talking about. Nick Foles, he has had experience in the NFL for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
If he hadn't gotten hurt in that 2014-15 season, I think he could have taken the Eagles far.
Yeah.
Because he was doing good that year. But when he left the Eagles, nobody put him as a starter. And now that he has a starting job again, he's been doing good with them. I mean, come on, you got to give the guy his respect. If he hadn't been there, there was no way they would have beaten the Giants. They wouldn't have won their last 3 games of the season.
Yeah. I mean, excuse me. He's definitely better than most backup quarterbacks. I mean, there's a number of backup quarterbacks in the NFL where if your starting quarterback gets hurt, you just have no chance. So yeah. I think he gives him a chance. I just wish I could have seen this team with Wentz healthy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll see that next year.
Yeah, hopefully.
I like, Nick Foles. He's good. He has experience, and I think he's gonna give the Eagles a win. And I am gonna say 26-21.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that.
There you go.
Stamp.
All right. Next game. Titans versus the Patriots. Wow. What a sleepy time game.
Yeah. Saturday night. It's probably be over by the time it even get to the first quarter.
All right.
I think we both think the Patriots going to roll them in this one, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say the Patriots. 42-14. I think they'll give them 2 touchdowns. I think they'll give them 2 touchdowns, and then Patriots will score 42.
That sounds about right to me. Yeah. I'm going with that.
All right. Next game. Jaguars versus the Steelers. We're different on this game.
The only game we're different on.
This actually kind of surprised me. Actually, no. It surprised me at first, but then when I think about it, I said, this could happen. I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Jaguars versus the Steelers. The Steelers are at home. Ben Roethlisberger just looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
His team looks amazing. Now, here's why this wouldn't surprise me. Both teams are sloppy, and it's like they don't know how to really, truly hold up a huge lead.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But because they're playing at home, I'm going to go with the Steelers, and I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, and I'm actually going to say 34-31.
Okay. This is my big upset pick. I got the Jags. So my reasoning on this is kind of like what you were saying, Ant, that both teams are a little bit sloppy. I kind of just have this feeling that the Steelers are going to come out a little lethargic on offense. Nobody knows how healthy Antonio Brown is. Plus, the Jacksonville has Jalen Ramsey, who's just like an incredible corner. Big Ben is good in the playoffs, but he can also be really erratic in the playoffs sometimes. So I'm banking on the Jaguars coming in, just shutting them down. Kind of the same thing as the Eagles. Like this is what I'm banking on with the Eagles. So I'm thinking this is going to be a real low-scoring game too, like maybe 20-13, something like that.
Okay. All right, John. My opinion, game of the week.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right.
Game of the week.
Run us through.
We got the Saints at the Vikings. I think if this game were in New Orleans, I would say hands down Saints. But this game's in Minnesota. The Vikings are rested. The Vikings have another really, really good defense. Seems like a theme here. A lot of good defenses.
Oh, yeah.
And the Vikings they're a very dangerous team. I think my guess is the winner of this game is going to be the favorite to go to the Super Bowl, right? I mean, whether it's the Eagles or the Falcons that win in the other game, I think either one of these teams would be favored over either of those teams. I feel like the Saints have it rolling. I think that their run game is really good. They got Drew Brees. They have good defense. So I'm taking the Saints in a really close game. I'm going to say 28-27 or something like that.
All right. I'm also going with the Saints. Drew Brees, like I said, he's my MVP for a reason. And the Saints have been a good team this year. They bounced back from a few losses. I mean, you saw in the Panthers game, they were down a few times. They were down one time, and they came back. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with the Saints. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game as well. And what am I going to predict? I am going to predict a 40-36.
Okay.
Lead.
That's real high scoring.
Yep.
All right. You heard it here. The man's 4-0, so I hope you end up 8-0 because I mean the Eagles advanced.
I will end up 8-0. Watch. Don't doubt me.
No, don't doubt him.
Yep.
He always sees it before anybody else does. Yankees.
Yeah. Haha. Oh, Yankees are gonna have such a good season.
Yeah, we'll get to that in April or March. Well, even March.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Does that wrap it up?
That wraps it up for today. A lot of content today. We're trying to give you your 2 weeks worth in one episode.
That's
We
right.
promise we'll be back next week. We won't leave you hanging for 2 weeks again.
That's right. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a nice long weekend. We will be back next week. Have a great weekend.
Enjoy your weekend.